Hi, you're listening to The Humans We Are with Carola, episode 17.
Porque cada día, cada minuto, puedes elegir estar un poco mejor. Y así, poco a poco, sin darte mucho cuenta, tu vida se transforma de dentro hacia afuera en la que siempre quisiste.
Human friends, I hope you're doing amazing today. If you're new to the show, I want to welcome you and tell you that you are in the right place if you want to start relating to yourself in a more loving, kind, and productive way. The story I have for you today involves my 7-year-old daughter, and it's about a recent situation when she yelled at me, "I don't want to do it wrong." And I so get her. So here's the thing. She loves to role play. She loves to dress up and be different characters. And I love it. I am all about it. I love crafts. And a few weeks ago, she wanted to be Cleopatra, and I had a blast creating her little costume and all the accessories for her. It was great. I am so grateful that she is so theatrical, I guess, that it gives me the chance to fulfill my need to do crafty projects with her. I love it. So the latest thing that she wants is she wants to have a rock band with her friends at school, and I am all about that. I mean, I love rock, so I am so proud that she on her own wants to have her own rock band. So we are making her a cardboard electric guitar, and of course she's super involved with all of the parts of that process. So she was tracing the pattern on the cardboard for me to cut it, and I don't know, she made whatever mistake while tracing it. Nothing terrible. She was just like tracing the template that we had previously cut. So she got really upset and she said, "No, Mom, I messed it up." And she was about to cry. And I totally understand. And I was trying to calm her and just reassure her that everything was fine. And I say, "It's okay. It's the first time you've ever done that. So you've never traced a template before. Isn't this your first time? So of course it's normal that it's not gonna come out perfect on your first try. You just need more practice. Do it again, and I bet it's gonna be better." And we have more supplies, we have more cardboard, we have more of everything, so it's really not a problem. But she wasn't having it. "I don't know how to do it right," she said. "Of course you don't, but this is how you learn." I kept trying to validate and encourage her experience. I said, "It's not a problem. If you need to do it wrong a few times, that's absolutely fine. And it's actually how you get better. You will get better, but you need to keep trying." I was really trying to be encouraging, and I knew that this was a great opportunity for both of us, really, because let's be honest, who hasn't been in a situation like that, like even lately, where you don't want to do the thing wrong and you want to stop trying because it didn't come out perfect or the way you wanted on your first try. And I also see it with my clients, of course, like we don't want to do the thing wrong, right? So this is what I told her, and it was as much for her as it was for myself. And that's also why I wanted to share with you. So this is what I told her. I told her, you can get anything you want in life. Like you can create anything you want. Now, in order to get what you want, sometimes you will need to learn new things. You will need to learn a new skill. You will need to learn to do something that you have never done before, and it's okay. You can do it. I know. I trust in you. I believe in you. I know you can do amazing things. You just need to learn how to do new things. Like for this guitar, in order to have the guitar, you need to trace it first, and you need to learn how to trace it. And in order to learn how to do something you've never done before, you need to do it wrong a few times, and you need to be willing to be wrong, to do it wrong a few times, as many times as you need to improve. And I told her it is going to be frustrating. It's totally normal. We want to do it right immediately, but that's not going to happen, and you will get frustrated. And this is what you need to know. Frustration wants you to stop, because that's what's safe and familiar. It's to not do something new. So if you stop, frustration wins. And I said to her, don't let frustration win. Frustration is not your boss. You are your boss. So what do we say to frustration when it wants you to either do the thing perfectly or stop? We say, not today. Just for today, I'm gonna keep trying. Just for today, I'm going to be willing to do it wrong a few times. And guess what? Each one of those times that you are willing to do it wrong, you're getting better. So I left it there because she's 7, and I think it was enough for her, for where she's at. But what I really want her to know, and what I really want to share with you now, is that it's not knowing how to do what you want what holds you back from doing it. It's actually not being willing to do it wrong while you figure it out. That's the main obstacle standing in between where you are now and where you want to be. So my invitation for you today is to find one thing that you've been resisting, even attempting, because you don't want to do it wrong. And it could be anything. Maybe you really want to have an important conversation with your partner, but you don't know how to, and then you don't. You need to be willing to do it wrong. Or maybe you want to approach your boss about something important and you haven't because you want to do it right and you want to find the right time and whatnot. You're wasting precious time. You need to be willing to do it wrong. Sometimes we even fool ourselves into thinking that we want to save time, and that's why we want to make sure that we're going to do it right on our first try. And it's interesting to notice how in the name of saving time and not wasting time, we are actually doing that, what we want to avoid. We are actually wasting the time, because all the time that you're waiting and you're expecting that you somehow will get good at doing something that you've never done before, you could have used actually getting better at doing it. It could also be that maybe you want to stop an unhelpful habit that you have and you don't know how to be immediately successful. So again, you need to be willing to try and fail as many times as necessary. I was listening to a podcast today, and this person was telling that he was addicted to drugs, and he was doing like all the hard drugs, heroin and cocaine and all the hard things, and he wanted to get sober, and he tried to get sober, to quit drugs 40 or 50 times, and he finally did. But he had to be willing to try and fail for 40 or 50 or however many times it took. It's so powerful when you know that you're not going to stop trying until you get what you want, when you're willing to do it wrong as many times as it gets until you get at the level of proficiency in the skill that you want. That's how you really become unstoppable. I see this so often with professional women about their careers when they're thinking of maybe changing jobs or industries or even leaving their career and starting a business. But the thought that's holding them back and keeping them actually stuck is the thought that I need to make sure that I choose the right thing because I don't want to get it wrong. Like, I don't want to make the wrong decision. And why? Like, of course, we avoid being wrong because it's so uncomfortable. It makes sense that a part of us will want to spare us from that pain. But if you're considering a major change, it's probably because you are already uncomfortable where you are. So you are uncomfortable now, and you might experience discomfort if you want to make a change. So why not choosing the discomfort that has the potential to get you closer to what you actually want? So when, like my daughter, you notice frustration coming up and trying to stop you from trying something new, what you need to say is, not today. Just for today, I am willing to do it wrong. Just for today, I am willing to make a mistake and see what opens up for you. And let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Okay, that was the story that I had for you today. I hope it was helpful. If you would like me to be your coach, I have openings currently for one-on-one coaching. So in order to explore that possibility, you need to reach out to carolafortes@gmail.com, or you can just go on Instagram to the link in my bio. In Instagram, I am @fuertescarola, and the first link there is the one that books a conversation to explore one-on-one coaching. I'd love to answer all your questions and help you and I decide if this is a good fit for you. So if this is something that you have been wondering about or considering, like, I promise right now in front of everyone who is listening that I won't coerce you to sign up. Like, I honestly will do my best to help you and support you make the most powerful decision for yourself, but I won't force you to make a decision right there on the call. I want you to not be afraid that it's not going to be an uncomfortable situation where you will be pushed to make a decision right there on the call. I really want you to just get a feel of what it's like to have a conversation with me, and you can ask all the questions that maybe you are wondering about. So I need to ask you for your support too. If this content is helpful for you, please help me spread the word. There are two main things that are the most helpful, and they only take a couple of minutes of your time. One is sharing this episode or your favorite episode so far with someone you love and that you think will benefit from it. And and tell them why you're recommending that episode or the show. And the second thing is go to Apple or Spotify, wherever you're listening, and leave a rating and an honest review. I truly appreciate those of you who have done it so far. It really helps. And this time, I want to thank the listener, MamaDuck_OB, who left a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts titled Excellent Podcast and says, So glad to have access to Carola's insights on experiencing life more fully and with greater happiness. She is a wonderful coach, and this podcast definitely deserves a listen. Thank you so much. I appreciate your words more than you know, because, it can be really lonely here behind the mic, and it's just fantastic to know that you're out there listening and that this is helpful. Thank you. Okay, that's all for now. I'll be back next week, and in the meantime, be kind to your human and love her more than you think that she needs or deserves. Until next week, my lovely humans, bye-bye.